Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back with another one, baby. Episode 4, right? Episode 4 now of Breaking
What's
Philly. I'm your boy Joe Castro here with my brother Shy. Shy, what's going on, baby?
happening? What's happening? How's everybody doing today? How you feeling?
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful morning. Well, it's afternoon, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's a
Evening.
beautiful day to talk about the birds, man. Not a lot has been happening, but a lot still to talk about, as always. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we'll start it with a clip that you sent me. I do want to talk about that. I do want to talk about
Bro,
that clip. You can explain it, give the background of it, and then we'll get into it real quick.
all right, bet. So off screen, found an interesting clip on. It's not even interesting. It's mad annoying. A clip on Instagram. Former Super Bowl champion Bryce Huff. Let's put it like that. Super Bowl champion Bryce Huff was on a podcast. I don't know the young man's name, but he said that he knew that his experience in Philadelphia was going to be a dub because of the fans. The reason why he wasn't successful ultimately was because the fans didn't wasn't jocking with him. They didn't support him, so on and so forth. Yada yada yada. It was just a big old. I'm about to say something derogatory. Just a big old pity party on himself, not taking any type of accountability, just putting it on the fans. And it's not really, to me, it's not really about it wasn't really about the fans at all. But let me get, before I get into what I think, let me hear your opinion. What do you think about that?
No, I think it's another case of somebody that couldn't make it talking about something they wish they would have. You know what I mean? It was obvious that he wanted to have more of an impact on what happened in the Super Bowl. And who wouldn't, right? I wish I played on that defense, for the Super Bowl so I could say that. But at the end of the day, you didn't want to do what we wanted you to do or what we needed you to do. So I don't feel bad for him. That was the whole thing in the beginning of training camp, that he just didn't want to do what was being asked of him by Vic Fangio. I'm always going to take Vic Fangio's side. So if tomorrow he told me that Brandon Graham was a terrible fit for this team, I would tend to believe him. Vic Fangio knows what he needs in this defense. So if you didn't fit in it, I think that's more on you than it is on Vic, right? We've seen people like Moro Ojamo, Milton Williams. We've seen them have very good years under this team. And you look at even on the outside, Nolan Smith, someone that was kind of undervalued coming out of college. He's had good years for us. Jalex Hunt, another guy that was undervalued. So there's definitely a type, right, that he has. So I think that he's been crybaby since like a training camp. To be honest with you, I think this is just another extension of his crybabiness. I think you said it perfectly. He's just a crybaby. It is what it is.
That brother saw. That
Yeah,
brother
he
saw.
really is.
That brother didn't have a tackle through his first 4 games. No pressures throughout his first 4 games. And for you to not have accountability and put it on the fans, that just showed that you ass. And I know it's not the fans, because he before playing with us, he was with the Jets. Their fans are ass. They ain't want nothing.
Exactly.
Trash. So
Exactly.
trash, decent with the Jets. Decent with the Jets, even though their fans are terrible. No energy there, and you were successful there. You came to Philadelphia where we have a better crowd, and we do expect that when we pay you to do a job, you show up and you do that job, and you didn't. So many things happened with Bryce Huff being in Philadelphia. Vic Fangio wanted him to change his stance for a faster get off.
Uh-huh.
He didn't do it. The dude was always hurt, and he lost favor in the rotation. That's what happens. And then we get rid of him, and he goes to the Niners. And guess where he was with the Niners? Hot buttered ass. Hot buttered ass.
He had one good year. He had one good year. We got to give. I mean, he did have a decent year last year, especially comparative to what he did in Philadelphia. I wouldn't say that he's like the worst player in the world, but I will say it makes no sense for him to be complaining because, like you said, we asked you to change things. We told you how you could fit this team. We gave you a lot of guaranteed money, so it's not like we didn't, give you opportunity. So I don't think he's trash. I think he's done well. He's played well in the NFL. That's why we gave him that money, but he definitely was trash for us. I'll say that much.
Man with the Jets, bro. Like I was like, man, they knew. They knew that's why they didn't sign him back.
Exactly. That's why they let him go. And at the end of the day, I think that the Eagles. I mean, look, he could have been good for us if he would have, obviously done what he what we wanted him to do. But if you also look at what like guys like Hassan Reddick, he didn't fit what the Eagles did, and we had to move on from him. And that's why I've been kind of against going out there and just picking up any big name guy because you have to be a certain type of player to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, to actually fit in this team.
You
Is it
do.
your birthday?
Yeah, it is.
Hey, happy birthday, brother! You ain't even tell me, dog.
Yeah, bro, I don't make a big deal out of it. Dude, I actually forgot. I forgot. I woke up to like 6 calls and like 18 texts. I was like, yo, somebody died. Yo, and they was like, yo, happy birthday. Yeah, appreciate
Like,
you.
why everybody hitting me up? Oh, happy birthday! That's what's up, man. How you? 21 again?
I look 21, I look 20,
That's
35.
how.
Big 35,
I've,
man.
I've been 21 since like 2000. I think like 19 or something like that. You know
Hey,
what
bro.
I'm saying? I've
Hey,
been
don't look back,
21 for
man.
a while now.
Hey, man, we look good, man. That's what I
You know
need.
what I'm saying? That's how it works. But no, look, I think that again, and it kind of parlays into something else that I know we wanted to talk about with Max Crosby kind of becoming a more of a big name for the Eagles.
Yeah,
I don't think that you go out there and you give up assets for just anybody. We saw that happen with Bryce Huff. We saw it happen with Hassan Reddick, even though Hassan Reddick had some great years for the Eagles.
yeah,
With the defense that we have right now, you can tell that he wasn't a fit. So that's my thing. I'm not going to go out there and give out a bunch of assets for Max Crosby when there's going to be things that we ask our defensive ends to do that he's not really, I won't say he can't do, but he hasn't really been asked to do in his
mm,
career. So it really comes down to that for me. Like we can make it work with the guys we have, and I think that people are sleeping on the depth and the talent level that we have in that defensive end room. So before I even ask the question, I'll answer it. I'm not one of those guys that's going to give up too much if I'm going to give up anything for Max Crosby. To be honest with you, I don't even think the contract is something I want to take on at this point and where the Eagles are right now. I think that we are a competitive team right now, and I think that you'll be a competitive team without him. I think you can continue to build your future if you don't go out there and give up a first or a second or whatever it may take to go ahead and take him on. And obviously, the contract, a guaranteed money you're going to give him is not going to be a little bit of money.
yeah.
So that's where I said, but it's got to be a conversation. I know you probably differ when it comes to Max Crosby, so you let me know. Yeah, I mean, maybe sell me on it. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
And at the end of the day, with this, our defenses is it's great, and we right there to be an elite, dude. And I think that Harry Roseman wants the defense to be world beaters, dude. And if we did get Max Crosby, we will be world beaters. Every the NFC East is chase everyone in the NFC East, not NFC period, is chasing the elite defense status. Everyone's done it. Green Bay made a move for Michael Parsons. They gave up a lot for him. You just saw the Rams gave up a lot for Miles Garrett. And we need to compete. Like the Green Bay, they don't really scare me at all. But these other teams, we need to compete. The Niners are looking at Max Crosby also, and we have a little bit of a rivalry with them. So I could see Howie Roseman going out there and getting them just so that the Niners don't have him. And plus what he can do with this defense. You can end up giving away assets, and you don't really have to, depending on what the Raiders are asking for, you don't really got to give up that much. A first round draft pick, I'll be cool with giving up a first round draft pick. Let me pick which year. If I want to give you the 2027, which I probably won't, because that draft class is going to be crazy. And then we got two for 2028. It essentially will become a trade. It basically like trading AJ Brown and getting a Max Crosby. But even if that doesn't happen, you give them. I think you give them a first, and you give them two players. One edge rusher they're gonna need it, which is probably gonna end up being a Nolan Smith, and then they need corners over there. You can give them one of our corners. I'm like, you know what? You can either have Keely. I'm gonna keep saying this until he leaves. Keely Ringo, you can have him, or we'll send you back Jacorian and Bennett. None of those guys tend to pan out. Y'all need corners. So you just give them a deal that makes sense. You don't give up too much. You don't give up elite players. Um, Nolan Smith would be the ticket for me. I'm not gonna move on from a Moro Jomo. I'm not gonna move on from even though he doesn't play a lot. I'm not gonna give you a Byron Young, nothing like that. That's gonna kill our death. But we can give you something. We can give you the Raiders are in need of something. They're in a rebuild right now. Their defense last year ass, not that good. They just got they just we just did a deal. We didn't do a deal. They got N'Kobe Dean. Um, There'd be no issue with kind of just maybe they do their own little um Raider dog like Philly dog thing over there, and we make that happen because they'll have hella Georgia Bulldogs. But I think that
I
I would love
there
to
you
do.
go.
I would love to have Max Crosby do, but at the expense of it's just at the expense of how much we give up. If they say a first round draft pick, an edge rusher, cool, bet. you can have one of the 2028s, and you're not getting the first. You're not getting the early one. They said we want a first round draft pick, Nolan Smith, and another player. I'll give you two. Take Jacorian Bennett, and you can take Keely Ringo. Right there, like
I just don't think that. Real quick to look at his numbers. So this is his numbers from last year.
mm-hmm.
I'm not giving up a first round pick for that. I'm just not. I know that he was a little bit beat up. I just, I think that the thought process or the idea of a Max Crosby sounds better than it would actually be an actual movement. Like it just doesn't make sense to me, to be honest with you.
It
It
makes sense to
doesn't.
me.
But how does he make us an elite defense? That's my realistic question. He's not going to play as much as he did in Oakland. That's one thing. He'll be part of a actual rotation. He'll
Mm-hmm.
take basically Nolan Smith's snaps. So Nolan Smith had maybe like what 30 to 35% of the actual rotation. So he's going to see that. You already have Arnold and Bickle. I can't say his name. You have
Epitheti.
Jonathan Grenard. So realistically, you're not going to be able to play this guy that much. Like so. I'm not going to give up a first round pick in 2028 that could be used to build this team even more when you're maybe getting 10 sacks. I think high end, maybe you're looking at like 12 sacks. I don't think that makes you a world beater.
I'll take the sacks. I'll
But that
take.
doesn't make you a world
Bro,
beater.
you
I
know
would take a
what?
safety before. I would take a safety before I would take 10 more sacks. We have people.
I'm not giving up first
People are
round pick.
saying Max demands. I wouldn't give him a first round pick. I would give you like a fifth. I wouldn't even really want to pay that price.
Yeah,
I just think it's a
you
pretty toy. I think it's a pretty toy or something like that. But we already saw somebody back out of it who needs him more than we do. The Ravens needed him way more than we do.
Let
Trey
me.
Hendrickson's good, but he's
I
not
got.
that good
I got. You know,
comparatively to Max. Go ahead.
I got a whole spiel about that. A whole spiel about
Go
that. The
ahead.
Ravens. The Ravens wanted Max Crosby. So get this right. Get this right. So if the Ravens would have traded, if they would have traded for Max Crosby, that's two first round draft picks, and you got to take on that contract, right? That's we setting the stage right there, right? And then you got Trey Hendrickson, who's already out of Cincinnati. Why would I give you two draft picks and take on someone's salary when I could just take on someone's salary for someone who
Because Trey Hendrickson's first not in the same point of his career as Max Crosby one. And Max Crosby, you already made the deal. I mean, you already literally made the deal. They said it was a knee thing. If it wasn't a knee thing, there would have been a lot of teams that would have given up stuff too. I think that
you find any way to get out
with
of
Max
Crosby.
Crosby, if Max Crosby was as effective as we are all making him out to be, then there would be a bunch of teams going after him. I think that he's a great player. I think that he's a fun player to watch. Do I think that he makes us a Super Bowl contender? No. I think that we are just as good as we are without him. I think that you have a very deep rotation on that defensive line, and there's really not really any place to put someone that wants to play 60, 70% of the snaps. Nobody does that. I mean, Jalen Carter really doesn't even do that.
Vic Fangio will find a way. He always
But he
does.
didn't do that for Bryce Huff. He didn't do that for
Bryce Huff
Hassan
is-
Reddick.
We just
Bryce
said
Huff was not
Bryce
ass.
Huff-
You cannot say that Bryce Huff was ass. Realistically, he was
didn't
not
have-
ass last year.
we didn't
He
have
was not ass. He was far from ass last
we
year.
didn't have Hassan Reddick when Vic Fangio was there. His last year we had Sean
Yeah, he
Desai
left when
when
he
Vic
left
Fangio
when
came in.
exactly, yeah, because he
left-
wanted him to drop back more. Hold on, I'll show you Bryce Huff's numbers because Bryce Huff wasn't ass last year. He did play well. I think he had double-digit sacks if I'm not
He
mistaken.
didn't have WGC. He had, my man Trenton at Hilltime Sports said he had 4 sacks. My man Pops and Pans 4 sacks. That's not elite to me.
4 sacks.
Yeah,
Where it says 4 sacks.
yeah. Hilltime Sports right there.
Hold on. He had a decent sack. I didn't say he was elite. I didn't say he was elite. I never said he was elite. I never said he was elite. Don't put words in my mouth. I never said he was elite, but he was not ass.
When y'all miss you on the back pedal, that's you. Let me just pull it back.
I never said he was elite. I said that he was not ass. And he was not ass. You can ask any 49er fan. He was not ass last year. I get it. We don't like him, but to say that he's just a trash player, he's not. He worked out for the Niners. They like him. We'll see what happens from there. But Max Crosby's not the world beater that everybody's making him out to be.
Bryce Huff retired.
He's just not.
He's gone.
Huh?
Bryce Huff retired.
Oh, well, then I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I thought that he was still there.
Nah,
Why
he
am I
retired.
tripping? Hold on. I got to pull these up.
Yeah, he retired last month.
Hold on. Let me pull this up. Oh, he retired last month. All right, I just missed it.
He was 12th in
See,
pass.
see, look at that. Right, he was 12th in pass rush win rate, which was good. He's not ass. To say he's ass is to say he just was terrible. They didn't even want to play him. He was unplayable. He wasn't unplayable. He just didn't fit our system. Just like a Max Crosby most likely wouldn't fit our system.
He could have fit the system if he was willing to make the
I
change.
mean, if that's just not what you do, that's not what you do. You think Max Crosby's really going to be willing to change? You think Max Crosby's going to come in here at 28 years old and be like, "Yeah, Vic, whatever you say, I'm down to do it. Let me drop back in coverage."
Hell yeah.
That's
Who
not
was
his game.
dropping only
He's already talking junk about the place he is. I don't know. I think it's selective. Like it's selective. We're being a little selective. It's like
yeah,
I want
yeah.
to see this. I don't want to see that.
I own it.
He's
I
because
own
he's
it.
definitely being disruptive in Oakland. So if he does that and brings it to Philadelphia, I don't know. I just don't think it's worth it. We'll see. I know a lot of people love to talk about it. I just don't think it's worth it at all. We'll see what
Well,
happens.
what I'm thinking is just like if you have like this line would be crazy, dude. You got Jalen Carter, you got Jordan Davis, and you got heat coming from both sides. You got Max Crosby and you got a Jonathan Gennard. The quarterback wouldn't know what to do, dude. There's no time to throw the ball. The secondary don't even got to work. That's how I'm feeling. If you can
I
figure out
think
how
you
to
have
get
that now. I think you have that now. You have a very good defensive line. I don't think that we need to add somebody like. It makes it seem like we don't have a good defensive line. Like we need that guy. We don't really need Max Crosby. It
I'm not
would
saying
be
we have
another
to.
luxury, but for a
I'm,
first round pick, I don't want to do it.
I'm all
I don't
about
want a luxury for a first round pick.
I'm all about the luxury.
You got to look at the actual numbers. Look at the numbers that we're dealing with. How many contracts we have to pay next year,
We
and
do.
then realistically to ask yourself, do you really want to add another who will be around 30 years old come 2028? He should be at 30 years old, if not over. I'm not going to pay somebody else $30 million when we have other guys that we got to figure out. We got to
I
figure
would
out Coop. We got to figure out
yeah.
Quinion. We got to figure out Jalen Carter soon. There's a lot of people we got to pay, and just to be like, "Yep, I want it. I want it," doesn't really make sense. It's not really any context, added to it.
I would think that there's gonna be a growth in the calorie and excuse me, I said calorie and the salary cap just because of the projected Nielsen numbers coming out in 2029 or 2030. Which mean we're already gonna every team's gonna get a bump, so we could afford him. It just be just how Howie Roseman structures the deal. He's gonna come in, he's gonna restructure that contract so that way all the upfront money that he's gonna get, they're gonna push that down on the back end. I bet, like we said before, you eventually you got to pay it. But if that money does come in and if it's what is projected, we can pay Max Crosby. You might not want to, but you can. So I see both sides. I'm just all about. I want I want this defense to. I just want this defense to beat ass every single time.
I
I don't
mean,
want.
they already do. It was our offense that put our defense in bad situations last year.
That's true.
I get wanting to add even more weapons, but go get a safety. I'd rather go get a safety before I go
I don't
get
know why they're not
another
doing
defensive lineman.
it. People are sold on Marcus
Second,
Epps. I don't know why they're not doing it. People are sold on Marcus Epps. I made a whole video. Oh, check that out. It's kind of a documentary. It's the 2024 defense versus the potential of the 2026 defense on my channel. Go check it out. Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. But people was riding with Marcus Epps. I don't got a problem with Marcus Epps. I just don't think he's the end all be all. But yeah. But back to what we were talking about.
look at that 53 pressures from Max, 45 from Bryce. I don't know. I think that Max is obviously a better player. He's a great player in this league. He's had a great career, but we're not talking about Max Crosby at 26. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. He's not somebody we can build around. And it's just there's a lot of contracts coming up. I know we can pay him, but there's a lot of people you got to worry about. And to kind of go to the fact of Marcus Epps, because you don't need a star at that position. I mean, we have stars and all pros at almost every single other position. We just traded for a guy that had 10 plus sacks 2 years in a row, and we're acting like we still need other guys. I just don't get it. I think that we are very good on defense. If you want to add a safety, be my guest. But you have a nasty front seven that's pretty much proven. I mean, Jahad Campbell, you want to see him go out there
Yeah, I
and do
do.
it full time, stay healthy. You want to see what depth you have behind there. But we know who Zach Bond is. We know who this front four is for the most part. We are going to find out what this trio of cornerbacks can do together. But we know what Cooper and Quinion can do for us. So to me, it's like you don't really need it. I think it's best case scenario that you're able to let somebody like a Makuba learn. I think that it's best case scenario that you can let somebody figure out that other safety spot because I think that Marcus Epps is the band-aid, but I think that Cole Wisniewski, I think that's how you say his name, or if there's another guy on the, maybe a Michael Carter, I think those are the guys that they're like, hopefully they do something. If they can make something shake, then it's a cheap position for another 4 years. But as Eagles fans, I get the hunger to be like, no, like go get prime Miles Garrett, go get AD out of retirement, go get Reggie, go get every single player you can. But it just doesn't make sense. I'd rather stay with where we are and know that we don't have to invest too much more money down the road into our defense because at some point it's gonna switch back to our offense. That's you pay your defense a lot. We're gonna be drafting a lot of offense these next coming years. Then it's gonna switch back, and you're gonna start drafting a lot of defense, and I'm gonna pay the offensive guys if you hit, obviously. So I don't know. It's just a lot of money, and it's like he's cool. I think it would be cool to have him. I think he has like that Philly swagger, but I
I'm
think
just
I'm the
being,
bearer of bad news. I don't think.
I'm
I don't
just
think you
being.
should be, and especially this is also part of that, especially at the expense of Jalen Carter. You would give Jalen Carter up for Max Crosby? Would you do
Oh
that
no,
1-for-1?
absolutely not.
All right,
Absolutely
I
not.
just wanted to make sure because
Wait,
you brought it up and we didn't talk about it. I was like, hold up, I had to make sure.
no, you bring a Max Crosby into play with a Jalen Carter. That's stupid. That is dumb. If that was the
Mhm.
case, dude, then we had a trade for Miles Garrett right there, and we did, and they wanted Jalen Carter, and we said no. They said no, and Miles Garrett is a way better player than Miles Garrett. Excuse me, Miles Garrett is a way better player than Max Crosby.
That's
That's the deal that you would do. But either one of those deals, you don't give up a Jalen Carter because he's young and his ceiling is so high. So if you bring somebody to somebody onto the defense, it's to play with him to make his job a little bit easier, or vice versa. Jalen Carter would make the edge rusher job easier, or the edge rusher makes his job easier because the quarterback either have to stay in the inside and take the sack, or flush out to the outside and take the sack. It's just to make one person's position a lot easier and to optimize the defensive line. So absolutely not. No, there's no way, shape, or form. We said no. We said no to Dallas for Micah Parsons. We said no to the Browns for Miles Garrett, and I'm sure we say no to I want to say Oakland to the Vegas Raiders for Max Crosby. You don't give somebody up like that, and the fact that we extended we just took his fifth year option. I mean, we still got him for 2 years. We still got him for 2 years, and we don't normally do this, but we could franchise tag him. That's at least 3 years for us to learn and develop, and he can't do nothing
mhm.
about it. He can sit out, he can paddle all he wants to, but he's under contract at the Philadelphia Eagles, dude. So that's three prime years with someone who has such a high ceiling. I would never. I want those guys to play with him, not without him.
Yeah, and
Absolutely,
I definitely want to see him get paid. I definitely want to see him get
he's gonna
paid.
get paid.
I I don't see
They
I don't see a road that he doesn't. Especially if you're to kind of go on to the trade as well. Like, especially if you're turning down offers like that, right? If people are offering you bona fide studs and you don't plan on paying Jalen Carter, that doesn't really make that much sense. But like, if you're planning on paying him, then it makes sense to keep him, right? But if you're not planning on paying him, then maybe we'll revisit this and be like, why didn't they just take the money or take the player? But I think that proves even more that they're going to pay this guy. He deserves it. Obviously, he had that little spat with Dak Prescott, and he's
yeah,
had his moments where it was kind of chill out, bro. But for the most part, he's been good ever since he's gotten drafted. I don't feel like I'm not worried about him. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't go week to week like, oh, hopefully Jalen Carter stays out of trouble. Like he's been fine. So I don't think that it's that big of a deal. I think that the media is just making it a bigger deal than it is because there's a lot of players out there that haven't gotten another contract that we should be talking about. So it is what it is. Jared Verse just got traded. Nobody is saying anything bad about him, but everybody wants to talk about Jalen Carter.
yeah. It's easy to be a target, man. In Philadelphia, it's easy to be a target. We had the luxury, the luxury and the headache this summer to have the whole AJ Brown debacle come on. So all the attention was there. Now that AJ Brown's gone, they just switching gears and picking on other people. As soon as he left,
Mhm.
right back on Jalen Hurts. As soon as he left, right
Exactly.
back on Jalen Carter. It's just like they just pick and choose, but the arrow is always pointing at Philadelphia, and that's just what it
Yeah,
is.
it's because of us. It's because of our fan base. It's because we like to talk that talk. Like it is what it is. We whatever people say about us, we always have to respond. So it does put a target on our back, but we kind of paint it sometimes. which I'm fine with. I'm okay with that because I'll talk my talk about this team all the time. I do not care. I
Yeah,
don't
man.
care at all. I'm gonna
No
talk
one
about
likes
shit,
us. We don't care.
and we don't care. Facts, exactly. I do want to talk about because obviously I'm back doing the best of enemies, so I got to listen to Cowboys fans talking and Commanders fans talking again. So I know football's near. That's always the sign, but we asked each other like what we were kind of looking forward to in the division, if there were teams we thought might surprise each other, or players we were looking forward to, whatever it may be. I want to throw that question at you, and obviously I'll answer it as well. What are you thinking? What like are there? Are you looking at any NFC East teams saying, hey, we got to kind of keep an eye on them? Or is there anybody you think got much worse or much better? What are your thoughts so far, kind of the NFC East?
So the NFC East has gotten stronger, dude. Normally the AFC was the powerhouse, and you had a couple teams in the excuse me in the NFC altogether. Maybe two to four teams that will vie for that spot, but we've gotten stronger as a conference. So I would have there's a few teams that I'll be on the lookout for. Overall, I'd say the teams that we play this year, since we the teams that we play this year, the teams that I would kind of be on the watch for. First would have to be the Los Angeles Rams, dude. We've been right there, right there. We've been going back and forth, and we've been spanking that ass ever since we have been playing because we play them like every year. But they've gotten better. They've gotten a Miles Garrett. They just got Trent McDuffie, dude. They're solidifying their defense on that end. So that means we got to kind of kick it up. So then we're playing that whole division this year. So once again, I got to go with someone another team in that division. I got to go with the 49ers because for some reason, dude, for some reason, we had that one win when I think Brock Purdy, the arm thing, and then we
He got
knocked
his
out
arm bent back.
Johnson, and then Chris McCaffrey was out there for quarterback. We beat them, and then we didn't beat them before that when Jimmy G was their quarterback. They came the year after that. They came to Philadelphia, and we got ran. And then you saw what happened in the wild card game. We have to do better against that team. They haven't really done much to get better outside of signing a Mike Evans, and he's a big question mark because the dude's always hurt. The dude is always hurt. If it's not the collarbone,
He's
it's the
old. It's
legs.
like 13th year. Yeah.
Yeah. So gotta watch them, and for some reason they just give us a hard time. Um, Teams we play. If I'm going NFC, another NFC team that we play, I have to say who's on the schedule. The Bears. I'd have to say the Bears. The Bears embarrassed us last year on Black Friday. On Black Friday, it was embarrassing. They just ran the ball down our throats all damn game, and I think that we've gotten better since then. So but that's another team that we got to look out for. They got DeAndre Swift, and they got the other young man's name. He has a very peculiar last name. They got a running back out of the third or fourth
Oh
round.
yeah, Kyle Mungai,
My young guy,
Mungai,
yeah,
whatever.
my young guy, and the kid's not bad. So that's
Yeah,
an
he's
those.
good.
So out the teams that we're playing, those are the three teams that I'm going to look at. And essentially, it's going to be Matthew Stafford's last year going back to the Rams. So I think he's going to try to put out and put on. If we're going overall, I'm going to say the two same teams will go Rams, Niners, and if they do happen to make the playoffs, which will be the only way that we play them, it's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just another team who we either play them really really close and we edge them out by about 6 points because you saw what happened last year. We was winning and they started to come back, or they just completely just blow us out, dude. It's just like we everyone has that team or that person who just has your number, and these teams have our number. And I'm tired of it, dude. I'm tired of it. I play these games like, oh my god, bro. Like, so I'm just those are the three teams that we play that I think will give us a hard time, and three teams that, including the Bucks. If we don't play them, then we don't play the Bucks, but I'll add those in. If we go honorable mentions, um, I'm not sure if we don't play them, but if we get into the playoffs, it'd be the Lions. They've we kind of had a rivalry with them, but we've been on the better side of that rivalry. And then the Seahawks, keeping in context with that division, because we play the whole division. The only team that I'm not really worried about out of that division would be the Cardinals, because Cardinals are hot buttered ass, and they don't know who their quarterback's going to be. So they just sent Kyler Murray over to Minnesota. They got Jacoby Brissett. That's going to be their starting cornerback, but he's kind of holding out. They get a new paycheck, and they just drafted was it is this Nesmeyer? Nesmeyer?
Yeah, Garen, that's mine.
It's going to be their secondary quarterback. So not too worried about them. But those teams and those two honorable mentions, those are the guys that I'm kind of watching out for. And if I had to pick a player that's going to be a dark horse in our division, and I'm really fond of this guy because I thought we were going to get him, but Makai Lemon kind of fell to us. I'm going to say a Jordan Tyson. Jordan Tyson came into the draft with hella question marks on him, ACL, MCL, PCL, hamstring. Um, and the Saints, they're taking the chance on him, and they took him early. And I think that the guy has all the talent in the world. Essentially, I think that he may have been the best, if healthy. If healthy, he was the best wide receiver in that draft class. So my dark horse as a player, I'm gonna go with Jordan Tyson. As long
Yeah, I
as
think it's gonna be a fun year. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a no. I think it's gonna be a fun year for him. Especially, I think the Saints in general are gonna be a fun team to watch. I'm a little bit. I wouldn't say afraid of the Rams, but I know the Rams will give us some trouble. I'm not afraid of. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not. I got no worries when it comes to what's it called, the Niners. I don't think they're going to be good at all this year. They have like no wide receiver. The only wide receiver they did have is like over here flagging for the Commanders. I think they're going to be bad. Christian McCaffrey another year on his body. I just don't see them being that good. George Kittle's getting older.
yeah, they
They
just
just
changed
don't
their arm
have the
team.
weapons.
They didn't
Yeah,
they
they
didn't
just don't.
contact things. Yeah,
Yeah, they just don't have the weapons on offense this year. But I will agree with the Rams. I definitely see the Rams giving us some hard time. The Texans will be a tough matchup this year. Obviously, they have a pretty good defense, and they got Reed Blankenship, so that'll be a nice little homecoming. And I think it's in Houston. And then, yeah, Seahawks is definitely going to be a tough game. The Seahawks is definitely going to be a tough game. They got a good defense. They have a solid offense. I think that we can make Sam Darnold make some mistakes, but they have a solid offense. I think that the one or two teams that maybe people won't say that I'm kind of keeping my eye on is going to be the Cowboys and the Commanders. I do think that the Commanders, they have a quarterback, in my opinion, that can carry them. As long as they're top 15 and like everything, he can do the rest. Like if their defense is middle of the road, he can hold it down. You know what I'm saying? He showed that he can throw up 30, 40 points a game. So if he's healthy, I think that it'll be tough to beat the Commanders. I don't think that they'll be world beaters. I'm not saying that they'll be, Super Bowl champions, but I do think that they'll be a good team if he's healthy. And then when you look at the Cowboys, I think it's going to take a little while for that defense to get it together. But if they click, if that defense is again middle of the road, we've seen what Dak Prescott can do. We've seen what that offense can do. So you got to play them twice. We don't regularly beat them twice,
yeah.
so it is what it is. So we usually split. Yeah, so you got to keep an eye out on them, and I think that they've both gotten better. I think the Giants got better as well, but not as much of a big jump, you know what I'm saying, as the other two, I think. So we'll see what happens, but I think that those guys definitely are going to be interesting to watch and definitely are going to give the Eagles a hard time. If I'm looking for like a standout player, I'll say if I'm not picking somebody on the Eagles, obviously, I'll say Caleb Downs. I think for the Cowboys because he's going to be asked to do everything for them, like literally everything for them. So if they have a good defense, he's going to be a huge reason why. I mean, you can obviously talk about their D line and the big defensive. What's his name? The D
Quentin
tackle
Williams.
just picked up. Yeah,
Quentin
there you
Williams.
go.
Yeah,
You can talk about him. He's all right. I know they have high hopes for him, but if you look at that defense, if they're going to be good, it's going to be because of Caleb Downs. So, and if they have a good defense, I think they'll have a pretty good team. So,
Caleb
I would have
Downs.
to go with him.
Caleb Downs is a baller. We
He
talked about this
is.
a couple times, bro. When they took him, I was so upset. I was like Caleb Downs. I was like, oh my god, bro. Like anywhere but Dallas. The dude's a thumper, dude. Quick off the ball, good recovery speed. The dude's the man. So we'll see. We'll
He
see what the
really
young
is.
man does. Dallas
He
ain't doing
really
nothing.
is.
Strawberry daiquiri is not that. I've never heard somebody say strawberry daiquiri. Oh,
I
I'm
like
using
that.
it.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh,
Drew's
we gonna make
hilarious, bro.
t-shirts. Make
That
t-shirts.
was a good one. I had to put that up. That was funny. I mean, look, we know that Dak is a good quarterback. Like, I can't hate on him. You know what I'm saying? I really can't.
I can.
He said Joe and Shy, what was Downs 40 at the combine? Don't tell me about his pro day numbers. Those numbers are doctored. I don't really care about his 40 yard. I'm gonna be real with you, and I've covered the combine. It's fun to watch and everything. It's whatever, but that don't mean nothing. When you look at 40 times, you look at how high somebody can jump. It really doesn't tell you much compared to their tape. And when you look at what Caleb Downs did in college, he was a dog.
He was the man.
He was an absolute dog. So I really don't care about his numbers. I'll be honest with you. That's where I am. I mean, because you look at Kyle Hamilton, he didn't have the greatest 40 yard time. People. That's why he dropped so far in the drive. Kyle Hamilton's an absolute dog in the NFL. So I don't know. I don't think numbers tell the full story.
We'll just have to see how he performs, man. We get to see him twice. We get to see him
Yeah,
twice.
I think he's. I mean, yeah. If you watch that and don't think he's great, I don't know. Downs, Caleb. You don't think Caleb Downs is gonna be as good?
I do. I'm
No, I
not
was about
doubting
to say.
Caleb. I'm not doubting Caleb Downs. I wanted Caleb Downs if he wouldn't
Yeah,
have
that's what I'm
dropped.
saying.
I just gotta. He's gonna be a mother effer to deal with. So
He is, and that's what I'm saying because he's gonna literally be their Cooper DeJean. Like he's literally gonna be all over the field for them.
they
So
got him.
I
They got
think
him taking reps at corner too.
say again.
They got him taking. I saw on a Dallas YouTube. They got him taking reps at corner because their cornerback room is so depleted. They don't really have
Oh,
anybody.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's gonna be everywhere, bro.
It's gonna
He's
be
gonna have to be. They have a terrible defense, but like I said, I don't think it's gonna be a good defense yet. I think that is gonna take some time, but we'll see. We'll definitely see what happens. It'll be fun. At the
it'll be
very least, it'll be fun. I can say that.
well. We'll be streaming the game. We said
Yeah,
you can see me crash out.
yeah. I'll be excited. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully it's not too bad. We'll see though. I think that when you look at the Cowboys, like I said, it'll take some time. The offense will be good. When you look at the Giants, I think that they could probably maybe. How are we glazing Downs, Drew? If you didn't watch him in college, just say that, big dog. If you realistically think that Makuba is on the same level as Downs, I don't know. I don't know,
Dude,
brother.
I'm an Eagles fan, dude, and I ride with my team. If they was like give up Drew McCool for Caleb Downs, I'm definitely taking
I
Caleb
would do
Downs.
it in a heartbeat. Yeah, I would do it in a heartbeat. You got me messed up.
You just got
People be crazy. I love my squad, but all right, I'm
some
sorry.
players are just born to play the game and to play a certain position. And I'm not glazing nobody. I just figured out what glazing means too. The kid slang and lingo. I'm not against any of it. But the guy is good. The guy is good, man. It is what it is. I gotta give people their flowers. And the dude, he's a baller. He's definitely a baller.
Yeah,
So not glazing, not a donut, not
I mean,
glazing.
we could bring up injury history about guys that we have too. It is what it is.
Yeah,
We can't go by numbers, dog. I love when people be like, "Oh, but look at these selective numbers that I'm going to show you to say that they're close." Bro, they played in two different colleges, two different conferences, two different levels of competition. Like, bro, come on, come on, come on. Let's chill out. Let's chill out. It is what it is. He's good. I like Andrew McCuba. I hope that he stays healthy this year. But
we need him to. If he
yeah,
goes
we
down,
definitely
we
need
don't
to.
have nothing, dude. We got our safety room right now is Drew McCuba, Marcus Epps, Michael Carter II. He's kind of like an experimental piece to see if he can actually play the safety position. Then you got Cole Wisniewski, uh, the kid sign, and that's it. That's it. I think we got a couple of undrafted free agents that we'll see if they turn into anything. But our safety room is depleted. So one of those guys go down, it's gonna be a long it's gonna be a long night. And I don't know why the Eagles don't look at safety as one of those positions of actual need. We never actually done it outside of like C.J. Gardner Johnson, dude. Like Reed Blankenship, they
And
took a
even
chance
then,
on undrafted
we
free
didn't
agent.
even
Like
really give up much for him.
yeah, no, because nobody really wanted him because he's crazy.
Yeah.
I'll take him back now. I
Hell
would take him
yeah,
back
I
now, but
would.
I don't think the humility isn't there. If he could
Especially
humble,
for us.
yeah,
I think it's both ways. I think like we probably don't want to admit we were wrong, and he probably doesn't want to. Yeah, I think he would come back as much as he be showing love for us.
yeah, he does. He rides for us. Those
It would
CJGJ
be
slang.
interesting. It would be interesting. I mean, I just don't think that we need youth to develop somewhere. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So maybe it's just the safety position, and some young guys on the defensive line, but we need youth to come out somewhere on that defense. We can't pay every single position, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So we have to have some young guys. We have to have some middle of the road guys that kind of are just role players and stuff like that. But
Guys that
we'll
you
see. I mean,
can get a
yeah,
guy on
exactly.
a less than $20 million contract for 5 years. That's great. That's why you invest in the draft. So far, it's been good
Exactly.
for us, man. So far, we'll see.
You
Somebody
need
got to
at
step
least
up.
like one or two guys that are like on those undrafted rookie free agent contract, like that just kind of balance out the starting lineup. Or else you get caught down the road. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm excited for it. I do want to ask you about Makai Lemon a little bit real quick because he did say that he basically thought that this defense was way too hard and stuff like that. It was like a very tough defense. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. Does that worry you at all?
Our defense? No, not really. Not really. It's going. People are people have different opinions on McCollum, and some people are saying he's just going to come out and he's going to be NFL ready. Other people are saying it's going to take him a little bit of time. I am okay with the first quarter of the season him just getting his feet wet. We have the other weapons on our offense for him to be able to develop. If he comes into the league and he's a bona fide wide receiver too, that's just a bonus. But you got to think like the tendencies of our defense and look at what we have on defense, dude. We have a lockdown corner in Quinyon Mitchell. You got the best nickel corner in the league with Cooper DeJean at least a year prior via Pro Football Focus. You got my man Tariq Woolen, just a big ass dude in the freak. He's a tall
Big ass
corner.
dude.
He's a tall corner, and then you got our linebacker core Zach Bond. He's elite. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. can start on any team in the NFL, dude. And then when Jahad Campbell gets back, it's going to be a little bit harder than that. The line's not really going to press him. We have elite talent on our end, except for like safety. So him saying that the defense is hard, of course it's going to be hard, dude. You coming from
No, he was
college?
saying the offense is hard. He's saying that the offense was hard. The scheme and the playbook was hard.
Oh no, she said the defense. Oh, of course it's going to be hard. It's
No,
different than
no.
it's different than what he ran at USC. You go to work and you work the same place for 4 to 5 years, and you go to another job in a different industry. Of course, it's gonna be hard, dude. Like it's a learning curve. Like you eventually you buckle down, you bite down, and you get it. Him saying that it's hard now it's great that he's saying it because we have what 6 weeks until training camp, and then we got the whole training camp for him to kind of find his craft and get into a rhythm. It's good that he's saying it right now. Am I worried about it? No, and that's for the same reason I said before. If he comes in and he's a bona fide wide receiver too, that's great. We drafted the right way. But if he takes a quarter of the season or takes 5 to 6 games to get his feet wet, he turns into something bigger, then that's fine too. The Eagles, we are not hurting for wide receivers. Goddamn, we got like 15 wide receivers on the roster, dude. Like if we can interchange him and give him a chance to just sit back and learn. I'm okay with that. Of course, he's a first round talent. You want him to go out there and be like what everyone else thinks, but if he doesn't, it is what it is. But he will be. But he will be. And I'm pretty sure other wide receivers in the league that were taken in the first round, like a Cornell Tate or Jordan Tyson, I bet all those guys feel the same exact way because they're used to playing at a certain level from their college days. And now you in the NFL. You with the big boys now. This is different. This is not the same game that you've been playing for the last 3 to 4 years. It's a learning curve. I think he's gonna be all right. He was just vocal. He was just vocal in saying it. And sometimes the guys that come out of college need a little bit of a media training to put themselves to say things in a certain way. Because I can see how people could take that and run with it. Because we live in a day and age where people want to get clicks and click farm and all that. Just saying it in a
That's
better
the
way. Just
Eagles
saying
for
it,
you.
yeah. He should have just said like it's a little bit more challenging, but I'm getting it. That's what he should have said. I get what he was saying. Just gotta take it day by day, and he will. He'll be all right. If he's not ready by day one to be that impact player, I have no doubt in my mind by week 4, week 5 that he'll be all right.
Yeah, I honestly love that he said it. I'm gonna be real with you. Especially what he said. Like he was saying that it was complicated. There was a lot of communication. That there was a lot more than he was used to, and I love that. I'm not used to communication on the offense with these last couple of offensive coordinators we had. I'm not used to complex, option routes and movements and motions and options at the line of scrimmage. I'm not used to that as an Eagles fan. So I loved what he said because that means to me that we're actually going to have somewhat of an offense, right? We're not going to have the same everybody just go run out there and find an open spot and I'll try and see if I can find you. We're going to actually have an offense. So I love that he said it. And I hope that it is difficult. I hope that, I like you said, we don't need him to be great right away. You know what I'm saying? I think that he will be very good right away. But I'm glad that we are no longer running like Hilltime Sports said, that college scheme. It's not, I don't even want to think, I don't even think it was a college scheme. I remember running that scheme back in like Pop Warner. You know what I'm saying? Like when you had that one quarterback, one guy that could throw the ball like 15 yards, they were like, all right, everybody run curls and Sammy's going to get you the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like. So I'm glad that it's over. I want to hear more. I want to hear Devontae Smith come out and say, yeah, this is complicated. I love that. I love that. Take your time, learn it. Like you said, you got nothing but time. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Like Moon Dust said, you got to adapt and move on. Life ain't easy either. Yep. It is. That's the truth. This is something that I feel like we haven't been talking about. We've been kind of glossing over this a little bit, but how are we feeling about Jake? Nobody talks about Jake. There's nobody that's come in for competition. There's nothing. Like I haven't even thought about this.
Bro, it makes me upset. Like I saw the comment, I was looking. There was one kicker that I liked, Trey Smack, but Green Bay drafted him. He was the only kicker that was drafted. And I was like, dang, there's nobody here for competition for Jake Elliott. Jake Elliott is not. Jake Elliott is the biggest not biggest disappointment. He's a disappointment, and every time he goes out to kick, I die a little bit on the inside because I don't know what's gonna happen, dude. Like you either get Jake the Make or you get Missy Elliott, bro. And we've been getting Missy Elliott. Jake Elliott lost us some games, dude.
He has. He definitely has.
Niners game should have been a lot closer than it was. We ended up losing by what, 4? He missed the field goal, so we had to go for like the 2-point conversion like twice. And the fact that he has so much guaranteed
you say the Niners name and look who pops up, a Niners fan. Look at that.
That's okay. Y'all got that. Y'all lost the next round. Damn, we both lose. We was all at the house on the couch.
Right, just chilling.
You beat us. You beat us. I'll take that and I'll eat crow. Y'all shouldn't have beat us. But y'all managed to find a way. We managed to find a way to lose that. We managed to find a way to lose that. You can agree to disagree, but y'all beat us. But it's like, man, I don't know. Sometimes the Eagles are so smart. Howard Roseman is so smart that he kind of outthinks himself. Like, I would have bought in another kicker, and I would have made him do something else. Either you're gonna long snap, you're gonna hold position, you're gonna do something. But just in case this don't work out, we be rocking with him for the whole year.
Yeah, I mean, you can have somebody on like your practice squad or something like that, or just even on the phone. Like, I'm sure he has to have somebody like on speed dial, like, just in case this doesn't work out, we're gonna give you a call, big dog. Like, just be ready.
Yeah, dude, we need it though. Like, my God, dude.
Let me see if there's any free agents. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm gonna see if there's any free agents while you talk.
It's just like, man, I was looking like I would take. That's not. I would never. Was it Young Hoku?
Yeah, I was thinking about him too.
I wouldn't. I absolutely not. Like I was hoping that the dude Aubrey from the Cowboys. I was hoping that they wouldn't have come they wouldn't have come to an agreement because he was holding out. I was like, Howie Roseman, go do what you do. And I don't think he even picked up the phone to make a call to see what he would do. I'd have paid him in a heartbeat. Dude made a 70-yard field goal, or was it 68? He was 68.
Yeah, I think 60. Was it 60? I think it was it was like 67 or something like that.
67. And the dude from the Jags kicked the 68. The kid from the
that
Jags
was ridiculous.
We just need something. There was one guy, I think he was a soccer player and never really played football, and they were just like, oh, this might be the new Young Ho. He might be the new end all be all at kicker, but I don't think he got drafted. I don't think anybody ever took a chance with him. But that is a position of need, dude. I think this is Jake Elliott's last year, I believe, right?
I do too, yeah.
It needs to be his last year.
I love Jake Elliott. I can't see. I'm one of those. I can't hate on him. Everybody's career comes to an end. I think that we're probably getting to that spot.
When you make us lose, and when it's happened multiple times.
I mean, it is what it is. when you get to that point in the career, I feel like at this point we probably should have made a move. I can't blame him for wanting to keep going out there. I do blame us for not making a move. You know what I'm saying?
Because
You
he's
got to
getting
make do
paid.
something.
I'll go
Yeah.
out and kick for you too, and I'm ass. Pay me. I'll say this every week. If you got a position that someone is ass, and you want to pay somebody to be more, pay me. Pay me. I go play defensive line. I go kick some field goals.
Yeah, last year was definitely one of his worst years.
It was
Definitely his worst year, I think. But Matt Prater is a free agent. I wouldn't mind Matt Prater. He's like 41, but I'll take him. Last year he went 93%. That's not bad. 46 attempts, 49 49 attempts, 46 made,
what
20
was the
field
salary?
goal attempts, 18 made.
What was
He's
the
a free
salary?
agent right now.
How much was he making last year? A lot.
He was making base. He was making 1.2 million.
Oh, the veterans minimum. Pick him up now.
That's what I'm saying. Might as well.
Come out there with
Might
a
as
walk.
well. If he's still a free agent, who else is there?
Come out there with a cane. Jake Elliott, I'm coming.
Daniel Carlson. I don't know if I want anybody
Nah,
from the Raiders, but let me see what his numbers were last year.
just need
Yeah,
something.
no, Daniel Carlson, he can stay where he at.
Yeah.
He can stay where he at. I mean, he's not terrible, I guess. 95% PATs last year, 81% field goals. That's a little. That's like Jake Elliott numbers. I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, don't pick up a
Let
man.
me
It's
look at
definitely
Jake
not.
Elliott's numbers.
I think. I
It's
think.
really the long kicks for me with him.
No,
That's where he kills me.
bro. He missed some from like 23.
He's the exact same as Daniel Carlson. Daniel Carlson is 27 of 22. Jake Elliott was 27 of he had 27 attempts, 20 made. That's
He gives
sad as hell.
he gives me like flashbacks of Cody Parkey. Remember him? He was real good. And
Yeah,
then
Cody Parkey was a dog. We had a couple. Remember Cameron Dicker? Dicker
yeah,
was the man. Dicker the kicker, man. We should have never gave him up. I don't know why we gave up Dicker the kicker. Like, you can't. You hurt a little while. I don't get it. But
names
yeah,
stuff. But I think they go out and they do something. They have to go out and do something. They have to.
Elliott is in like year 10. Janine said bring back David Akers. I'm for it. I'm down. I'm cool with
David
that.
Akers was the man.
He was.
David Akers was the
He
man.
still got it.
I bet he
He
does. And
still got it.
he got a youngin. He got a youngin who plays now. I don't think he's a kicker or nothing like that. But
No, I
I
think
think
he's like a wide receiver or some weird
yeah,
stuff.
his son. Yeah,
Now you
yeah.
got me wanting to know. Hold on. I gotta see. Or he might be a quarterback. Everybody's a quarterback nowadays.
He said he's
No,
a
one of his son is a kicker and a punter.
punter.
He
Oh,
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in our rookie mini camps. Luke Akers, I forgot all about him.
yeah. I'll see if he turn into something. He not
That would be
punting.
nice.
He not punting. Our punter,
Yeah, our
McMahon.
punter's fine. I would love for him to be a kicker though. I wonder if he's any good. No, he's on Chicago now.
Oh, they picked him up. Probably picked him up off this. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sucks. We should have kept him.
yeah.
We got to keep that lineage going. That I just went down like a nice little rabbit hole.
Speaking of rabbit hole, right? Speaking of rabbit hole, different story, right? I know it's a little bit of gossip, but it did happen. So I want to first say congratulations to Devontae Smith on tying the nuptials. The
Yeah.
man got married to his longtime girlfriend. Beautiful wedding, beautiful ceremony. Before I say anything else, that man Devontae Smith knows how to put a suit on. That brother always
Mhm.
fresh down to the socks. But people notice. People notice at this wedding, Jalen Hurts actually showed up. He did wasn't at
He's
AJ Brown's
smiling.
wedding, even though we're not talking about AJ Brown, but he was not at AJ Brown's wedding, but he showed up for Smitty's wedding. And AJ Brown had to be there too, but we don't really care. So this got to the whole the Philadelphia media kind of took this and ran with it. I don't like the Philadelphia media. And they kind of made a big thing about the divide with the team and how Jalen Hurts not showing up at AJ Brown's wedding and him showing up at Devontae Smith's wedding is a big thing. And to me, I don't think it actually is. It is. I think it's just two players who are close, played together in college, um, enjoying the night and celebrating each other. I just wanted to get your intake on that.
Yeah, I think it's Philly media being Philly media as always. I don't even know how you can spin that into a negative. To be real with you, like if anything, I'm happy that if Jalen Hurts, which I don't think he was, but if Jalen Hurts was purposefully and mindfully like, screw you, AJ Brown, I'm gonna go to Devontae Smith just because you ain't part of my squad no more. I like you even more, Jalen Hurts. I know you petty. I know he
And
has a little bit of pettiness in him, but usually he's just like above all that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't really care about none of that. I think, like you said, it's just two former teammates and current teammates having a good time. You saw a lot of former Eagles out there. You know that they're good friends. So
that's
I
what
don't take
Alabama.
it as more than that. But if it is more than that, then good. I hope that there is smoke between Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. I hope that at those practices, I hope that at the joint practices with the Patriots, they get into a fight. I hope that Jalen Hurts is suspended for the preseason. He can't play any preseason games because he
Man, that,
beats AJ Brown's ass. That's what I want. I want Jalen Hurts to go. I want Jalen Hurts to Jalen Carter, AJ Brown. That's what I want. I want Jalen. I want the Jalen Carter loogie that went on Dak Prescott to go on AJ Brown. After hearing everything that he did while on our team, I have no respect for that guy. I'm sorry. Like before, I was here like, hey, he was a great player, blah blah blah, and he was. He was a great player. I won't take that away from him. He
yeah,
was a shit human. That like the stuff that he did and admitted to and try to make it sound like, look, I love my wife. You love your wife. We all love our significant others. But that was like the most female interview I've ever seen in my life from an NFL
yes.
athlete. Like
Oh
he
my
was
God.
sitting there crying because he made so much drama and got called out for it and now has to go on another team and act like, oh, now I'm back to happiness. Like, bro, you're corny as hell. I just say that you don't like Eagles fans. I'm okay with that. I get it.
So,
Sometimes I don't like Eagles fans. I'm gonna be real with you. But to make it all like, oh, I talk shit to the media so that we would be more hungry, and we just weren't hungry. Bro, you were the one dropping passes. You were the
yes.
one letting stuff off the field, conflict with the stuff on the field. How you gonna sit there with whoever that chick was? I don't even know who did the freaking interview, but whoever that was, how you gonna sit there and sit across from her and be like, yeah, I was just doing it to get them motivated. Like, what? What? When have
You
you
have a
at your
talk.
job gone to your boss and been like, yo, Timmy sucks to get him motivated? What?
Sit
What are you
down with
talking
your
about?
team and you have a talk. You sit down and you have a talk. You know how I knew that AJ Brown was a snake? I hate the word snake, but how I knew that he was who he is, who we see him as how we see him as he is now. There was a meeting between Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and AJ Brown in the parking lot of the Lincoln Financial Field.
Oh, I
Jalen
went
Hurts
to
talked about it. Saquon Barkley talked about it. AJ Brown went before the meeting and said, "I don't recall having a meeting." You don't recall 2/3 said meeting said that you was there and that y'all had a talk.
seriously.
I told my wife this, right. I said we were all duped by AJ Brown because he was talented and when he talked, he was charming. I hate to use the word charming, but he knew how to spin a web to make us believe stuff. Yeah, but he knows the right thing. He knows the right things to say. He knows the right thing to say, and it hit every time. And the talent kind of overshadowed everything. And now you see him over in New England, and he's doing this, and he's doing the same thing. He's gonna lure them into a false sense of security. And when Drake May happens to mess up, when he's not getting the looks that he wants to, when he's not getting the accolades or patting the stuff in the past, so that way he can make a legitimate claim for the Hall of Fame, he's gonna turn right back into B made. I don't want to cuss her. B made AJ Brown.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree 100%. There's no path to the Hall of Fame for him. I'm sorry, and I'm not even saying that to like hate. And I'm not saying that the Eagles would have, gave him a golden, walkway to go to the Hall of Fame. But you can speak about this period of NFL football without speaking about AJ Brown. Realistically, you can. I mean, he wasn't the MVP in the Super Bowl. He was impactful, but I wouldn't say he was the main reason we won. I mean, if you think about a play from that Super Bowl, right? You most likely think about the dagger
Dagger, Smitty.
from
Smitty and
our
Baton Rouge.
offense. If you're thinking about one Super Bowl, yeah, that's Smitty. So I mean, realistically, he doesn't have that moment. Was he a great wide receiver? For sure. Wait,
Yeah.
and I don't want to sit here and act like I'm talking. I am talking junk about him because he is a punk, bro. Like I'm sorry, the way he went out, that's just I. At least with To, like a lot of people, talk about To and how he went out and stuff. At least that was about football. At least that was about like the game. Like he was upset about how McNabb was
Harvest.
handling stuff on
Mhm.
the field. You know what I'm saying? And stuff that had to do with the game. AJ is like punking out because he wasn't getting his monthly massage from the same girl he wanted to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's corny. And from a dude that has nothing to do with it. I could see if I could see if Jalen Hurts was the dude messing with your girl or something like that. He just didn't want to have nothing to do with it, bro. Like I don't know. He is B made, like you said.
I'm glad he's gone. At first, dude, I made that whole documentary breaking everything down, and then at the end, I gave him his flowers, dude. And then as soon as I put it out, all this stuff started coming out, and I told my wife, I straight up said, I wish I wouldn't have added that part in.
Mm,
I'm all about
yeah,
giving people their flowers, saying thank you and showing that we appreciate you. I wish that I had never put that in, cause now it makes me look stupid, and I don't look stupid. I don't do too much stupid looking.
we all look stupid. But Janine said it the best. I think this wraps it up the best. He needs to go back and finish reading his book. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Maybe he needs to write a book. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Red Star Cole Payton for coming in here and just saying negativity stuff about the Eagles. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? That you are the type of people that give us that fuel. You know what I mean? To go out there and win a Super Bowl because nobody thought we were going to win a Super Bowl in 2017, especially when all those things happened. Nobody thought we were going to win a Super Bowl in 2024. People were talking mad junk all year. Oh,
we
Jalen
won in
can't make it happen.
2022.
Jalen. And what happened? He went out there and won a Super Bowl MVP. So I'm going to always be critical. We'll always probably disagree about something about this Eagles team. But one thing I will say is we all have the same end goal in mind and we all know what it takes to get there now. So I'm excited about this team. I'm excited about what Jalen Hurts is going to do and how he's going to shut even me up. You know what I'm saying? There's things that I'm saying that I'm sure I'm going to have to bite my tongue and be like, hey, I was wrong. So I'm excited to see what it is. I'll never be mad about that.
We finna be all right. I know we finna be better than
Yeah,
all right. It's gonna be a good year.
facts. We're going to be Super Bowl champions. AJ Tenderism Brown. I like that. I like
He
that.
coming through. He coming
I,
through with the. I gotta turn these into t-shirts and put them on
yeah,
WordPress.
right. I know I said before that I wasn't gonna hate watch this year, but the closer we get to the season, the more I feel like that
Like,
starting to kind of bubble up. I think
um,
hate watching is gonna be the mood, but it is what it is. I'm excited either way. I
I
really
am.
just want some drama when we play them. That's all I want. That's all I want. Somebody got to hit somebody.
Yeah,
That's all I want.
it finna happen.
You ever seen semi pro with Will Ferrell and were they basketball players at Andre 3K?
Love me sexy.
Yeah, yeah. When he was when they stopped the broadcast and they're like, all right, everybody hit somebody.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want them to just stop the broadcast real quick. Everybody hit everybody. So that's it. Drew said, don't forget his 10%. We got you.
Hey man,
7%, bro.
if it happens, you got your 10%, man. Like American Gangster, man, you get your 10%.
Right? My man. My man. But other than that, we already been on here for over an hour, man. It's always fun to come on here. We might do it. We're gonna keep messing with the times. Next week we'll probably go back to Tuesday and we'll see what time really just fits and how it feels. And we'll go with the vibes and all the stuff that the kids say, I guess, right? But
Whatever.
do you have anything you want to say to these beautiful people before we get up out of here? We still got 50 people in here between both the channels, so that's beautiful.
Ended the same way, man. Giving everybody their flowers. I thank y'all for being in here with us, spending your Wednesday. I probably say Tuesday, your Wednesday evening with us, talking Eagles. Even though when we talk some trash, I appreciate y'all. Um, Projects coming up. I just dropped a. If you guys like the defensive video, I already told y'all I dropped the video last Sunday. Go check it out. Watch it. Leave your thoughts on the comments. It's pretty much just comparing the 2024 offense to things that they've done, and the potential of the 2026 offense. Also got another documentary coming out in about 2 weeks. I I'm an Eagles nerd, and I enjoy doing it. So, and then follow us on all the socials, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter or X as the kids call it,
It's a
Facebook,
kid's.
Facebook, and yeah, and watch it grow. And also not football related. I kind of want to. My family, we lost a pet yesterday.
Oh,
My sister lost her cat yesterday. She's been around for 12 years, and she's a big part of our family. So I kind of want to dedicate this to Bella. Bella, we love you. We appreciate
oh
everything you
yeah,
do, man.
rocking the heavens, brother.
Yeah,
Rocking the heavens. That's dope, man. I'm sorry for y'all lost. Yeah, I
appreciate
have
it.
two dogs, and every time somebody talks to me about like, yeah, it's tough losing it. I'm like, I don't even want. I can't even think about it. Can't even think about it. So yeah, definitely God bless. Oh, Cole, you're an Eagles fan. My bad for talking junk. I thought you was. I thought you was a fan of another team.
Bro, it's Cole Payton.
My
I was
bad.
like, I think he said it. Jalen cried out loud, but because he want Cole Payton to be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I see. I see it. Okay.
I
All right,
appreciate
my
you.
bad. I take it back. I take it back, bro. You good people. You good people. But yeah, we'll get out of here, man, and we'll come back probably like I said Tuesday. I appreciate everybody, man. Definitely check me out on tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. I'll be on all day over at Memorabilia Mayhem.
I'll be
So
there.
come through, hang out, go. Get you something crazy. I got me a little. I'm trying to get some more stuff, but I got my little things back there. Go get you something. But other than that, man, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's gonna be, man. We're gonna be out of here, baby. That's another episode down. We got episode 5 coming next week. Y'all have a great night.
Appreciate y'all. Be safe. Be blessed.
Peace.
Later.